This is his requirements, sir. Today morning 8 a.m. Yesterday morning 8 a.m. it's 177, sir. 14 minutes extra paid.
Yeah, which patient is this, Sharon? I mean, age,
So the one
gender.
is recurrent UTI post 70 M, sir.
That's a 70
Post
year old.
male with post top and recurrent UTI infection, sir.
Oh,
He is
yes, yes,
currently
yes.
on
70.
dialysis.
No, he's not 70. He must be 57.
57, sir.
Huh. 57-year-old man with diabetes for 5 years.
Diabetic, yes,
And,
and recurrent UTI, sir. Post top.
actually, not even recurrent UTI, diabetes 5 years, and then he had a obstruction of
Obstruction.
urinary flow.
Post
So he
renal.
had lower urinary tract symptoms, for which he was diagnosed to have BPH, and then he developed a pyelonephritis because of the.
Pyelonephritis.
But even before the BPH, he had renal failure, and after the TURP, I mean, he was diagnosed BPH, and then a TURP was done, and in spite of the TURP, his obstructive uropathy did not recover fully. His creatinine also
Yes, sir.
didn't recover. So he had a chronic renal failure due to other reasons, probably diabetes and everything. Ah, yeah, yeah. You have to see whether he
So
can
this is
and figure out what is
element.
happening there, hmm, in detail.
Of element.
And get in touch with OPG's Vinay to make the logs of these if it has not been done already. Vinay. Yeah, yeah, we saw the color today. Yeah, it's much better than what was
Yes, sir.
seen earlier.
Only
Do you have
sediments.
the earlier color of his urine, which was almost pus-like? Do you have the image? It is there in one of these videos where I think
I,
Nikita was showing us the urine, isn't it? So
I,
his UTI has settled a lot. It was MDR E. coli, which was bad MDR, like it was ESBL, it was CRE, and finally it was sensitive to phosphomycin, and it has responded well to phosphomycin, which I think you have given 3 grams once in 2 days, isn't it? Isn't it?
yes, sir.
Huh. So today he is going home or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, sir, probably. Today, if we want to discuss. Tomorrow, we are planning.
Okay, fine. His blood sugars are also well controlled, isn't it?
Yes,
So is it controlled on insulin
yes,
right
sir.
now?
14 minutes,
Because of
14,
his,
14, 16, sir.
yeah, because of his renal failure,
Yes, sir.
it has to be
Short
insulin.
acting
So
insulin.
it's just actrapid insulin, just regular short acting insulin, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine. I think this is all we have today, as far as the cases are concerned. So we'll have to improve on some things like, most importantly, the thesis of your batch.
Yes, sir.
So,
And sir, today is 5, sir.
yeah, so Sai Charan, we have to be ready with our thesis master chart whenever we see a thesis case. Like, right now you have one patient of right hemiparesis. So can
Yes,
you
sir.
share your master chart and when you present that case from the perspective of your thesis? Like right now, what you presented was DK's thesis. Can DK share his master chart immediately now and try to fit in this patient into his thesis master chart, into the context of his thesis, and tell us what are the insights till now which he has gathered from 1 year of his thesis, and what fresh insights this particular case offers. Similarly, Raveen, this is also similar to the patient who is right now in your ward, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, would you like to present that patient in the perspective of both yours and Raveen's thesis?
Yes, sir.
So, go ahead then. And Raveen will also add from here. He is sitting here. And after that, DK will add his.
Okay, sir. He's a 70-year male, sir. So brought 70 years old male brought to casualty. The complaints of right-sided weakness of both upper limbs and lower limbs.
Can you show the e-log in the meantime? Can you? From the Gmail, yeah. It's there in the Gmail.
So loss of speech in 6 hours
Yeah.
with deviation more towards left. The patient was currently normal 15 years back. Then he developed sudden onset loss of vision due to some history of trauma and gained spontaneous vision after 2 weeks. And 4 days back, sir, as usual, the patient had toddy night and did not have dinner, following which next day morning, patient developed sudden onset right-sided weakness of both upper limb and lower limb associated with loss of speech and deviation of mouth, sir. Following which, he went to a local RMP and got checked his blood pressure, where it was noticed 160 by 90, sir. And the patient was non-diabetic and non-hypertensive. So from there, he was referred to our hospital. At the time of presentation, the patient was drowsy, sir, with GCS around E4V1L6, sir. GCS 11 by 15. So his level of consciousness was drowsy, and there was no response to speech, sir. And further, there were no signs of meningeal irritation. His tone, right side was an hypotonia, and left upper limb it was increased tone, and left lower limb it was normal, sir.
Yeah. Saicharan, can you tell us who made that log? Which UG? So that we can ask that UG to post it to this email.
Sahiti with the logs. He changed in the history log.
చేసిన అది ఇలా మెయిల్ చేసిన జనరల్ మెడిసిన్కి మెయిల్ చేసిన అదే పేషెంట్ ఎవరు చేసింది ఐడియా ఉంది You know your master chart, isn't it? Like, just tell us about it from your memory and see how the data will fit into your master chart. And you can add some new points into your master chart also. You have it. No, that's okay. So you add this patient's data into your master chart and tell us. So tell us first about your master chart and what all are you seeing in such patients? What are the parameters? Huh? Huh? Okay. Yeah, but what is your goal? Yeah, what is your goal? What do you want to find? What is your question? What is your research question? Uh, Acha, in patients of stroke with altered sensorium versus patients of stroke without altered sensorium, what are the difference in outcomes? That's your research question, isn't it? So this patient had altered sensorium or not altered sensorium?
It
So
presented
what?
with altered
Okay.
sensation.
So how
It's
long
like
was he
he
having the
was
altered sensorium? And what kind of altered sensorium? Because that also may influence.
he's unresponsive to any commands and with no speech.
He was unconscious for how long?
Unresponsive. He was drowsy, sir.
He was drowsy. So that's an altered sensorium. And for how long was he drowsy?
Uh, Almost around 12 hours, sir. Because our post admission after 12 hours, he
12 hours.
started came. Yes, sir. He
12
started
hours.
responding to the command. Yes, sir.
So here, how will it fit into Ravine's thesis? So Ravine will say one of the parameters is duration of altered sensorium. That is 12 hours. And the other parameter is the degree of altered sensorium. Drowsy, stuporous, comatose, and delirious. So that, isn't it? So yeah, he can add a quantitative parameter also, GCS. Uh, but yeah, I don't know how much that will help really. So you have to see how much it is going to help you in assessment of outcomes. So what are the outcomes you're looking? One outcome is obvious that the sensorium, return to normal sensorium, then return to normalcy, that is the physical disability, yeah, those things, functional outcomes, that also has to be seen. So how will you see that? So how many patients have you thought who had altered sensorium versus who did not have altered sensorium? How many such e-logs have you made? So you make that fast and let us know. Okay, what about Sai Charan? What are you looking at for such a patient? In such a patient, what are the parameters you will be looking for?
So I'm looking at outcomes in terms of motor weakness.
Huh?
Outcomes the patient with motor weakness, sir.
Yeah,
Radiological
motor weak.
correlation.
Yes.
So this is now right now the patient is trying to uh, ambulate. We are trying to ambulate him.
Yeah. So let us say in a series of patients of paralysis, we are looking at the recovery time
Yes,
and
sorry.
what influences the recovery time. Obviously, if it's a degenerative disease, there will be no recovery. Whereas if it is a inflammatory infarctus disease, like there's vascular occlusion, so once the inflammation settles, there will be quite a lot of neuronal recovery. So when you look at diseases like these, like stroke, vascular pathology, then you are expecting a lot of recovery. So what is the time to recovery? You will have to see, compare. Now, if you look at all different types of strokes, then you will see as to why the time to recovery varies. So what are the different other stroke patients or whatever paralysis patients you have seen, and what has been their period recovery time till now? What insight can you give us on that in the last 1 year?
So like the patients with small sized infarcts and also which are involving uh, only a part of internal capsule with
Okay. So you are
no
saying the larger the infarct, the recovery time is more.
And also the associated comorbidities. The patient without any comorbidities is he's trying to recover soon when compared to the patient with
Okay, so
comorbidities.
in this particular patient, if you think, does he have any comorbidities?
History-wise, he doesn't have any comorbidities, sir. But post-admission, always his sugars are more than around 180.
Okay,
It ranges
and
between
no
1 to 2.
comorbidities. Now, what about his size of the infarct?
So like he has bilateral frontal infarcts and also parietal and occipital involvement.
So there are multiple infarcts, isn't it?
So left
Are those
MCA
infarcts of the same age? Are they same age infarcts, or are they at different ages in time?
there are few chronic infarcts, but majority of this is a recent onset acute infarct.
Yeah. So which are the recent onset acute infarct? In which location?
The frontal, parietal, and occipital are these areas are acute
All
infarcts, but there
together
are
recent onset.
chronic
So if somebody's frontal, parietal, and occipital is involved all at once, what kind of vascular damage has happened?
uh, it, it is much
Anatomically?
proximal, sir. It involves both MCA and ACA
Yes.
components.
So ACA, MCA, and probably PCA also.
ACA,
So it is
somewhere
a
region is carotid.
multi-vessel infarct, and it's like a global cerebrovascular disease, isn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
So what are the features in such patients that make develop global cerebrovascular disease? Is it coming from the pathology is in all those arteries separately, or is there a main trunk involved which is going on to develop this problem?
Uh, Mostly there might be any carotid atherosclerosis, sir, which the time a plaque rupture can happen and can lead to multiple emboli.
So you think that there is atherosclerosis in the vessels in multiple sites.
Large vessels, large
Anterior
vessels.
cerebral is atherosclerosed, middle cerebral is atherosclerosed, posterior is atherosclerosed, and that's how all three have ruptured together as a plaque. Or you think a main stem has ruptured, the main
Yes, sir.
stem which is feeding the anterior, middle, and posterior cerebral. Are the anterior, middle, and posterior cerebral fed together by one single stem? Or probably the posterior cerebral is fed by one stem and the anterior and middle is fed by another stem. So what feeds the posterior cerebral artery? What feeds the anterior cerebral and middle cerebral artery? So as you know, the anterior middle is from the internal carotid. So once it comes inside and takes a bend, yes. So that is the internal carotid where, yeah, yeah. And the PC is coming from vertebral artery, vertebral basilar. So that is a branch of external carotid from directly from the subclavian artery. Yes. So do you think all three can be affected together from a stem? Probably not. Probably it was there in the flasks were there in all the vessels, and somehow they ruptured all together. That's for your
Yes, sir.
uh, independent
Sir,
rupture.
but it might
Independent
also be
rupture,
the
but
because
two sides at the same time. Hmm.
there was a case, sir, in my thesis. With
Huh.
60-year male with recurrent stroke, it have 4 to 5 episodes of stroke in a span of 4 years, sir.
Huh.
And we also discussed the case of discussed about the carotid endarterectomy for him, which
Yes.
involved bilateral carotid around 60 to 70% thrombosis. Sir.
Yes.
And
There also it was carotid. Which one? The internal or external?
internal carotid,
Yeah, internal carotid.
and
So
on other side he has involvement around bifurcations from common carotid, internal and external both. Other I think left side,
yeah.
right side he had an only
So which
internal carotid
what
involvement.
kind of infarcts was he having? Was it posterior circulation or anterior and middle
He
circulation?
had 4 episodes had anterior circulation. So
Huh, huh.
circulation was not at all.
So no posterior circulation at all.
No, sir.
Hmm. So basically, it was because the anterior circulation feeding vessels were getting involved, isn't it?
Yes.
So if you were to put him also into your master chart and this patient, how would it look like? Just tell us the various parameters so that we can
Sure.
compare. Maybe you will make your master chart and show it to us today. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, both you and Ravin. Hmm? Put this patient, put whatever other patient you can get hold of, and share it to us. Just like Vamshi has already done. Isn't it? All of you should do that. Huh? DK, you also. Huh? Which exam? Monthly exam is already given years back. So what are patients only? What is there? Okay, so we'll sign out here then.